Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. So, what happened? You're probably gonna see like the video where my recording just seemingly stopped. My computer has restarted 3 times in a row. So you know what I've done? I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna fucking leave it away for a while. I haven't gone back onto Genshin for 2 hours. Maybe that was a glitch because I tried multiple times, and yet Lee's cutscene kept crushing my game. You know, the magic cutscene, the one that you just saw. Hopefully that you just saw. If you didn't, then I'm sorry, because I'm gonna try and find a way to convert the 2 videos and do that. So yeah. But basically, what happened is my computer kept restarting, and I did part of the stream until I got up to that cutscene. It just stopped. It just fucking died. So I'm like, and I was raging so hard. So I've turned off. When your computer fucks up and when it forced to start you, I've turned that off so that doesn't happen anymore. Completely. So yeah. Of course, I'm gonna turn it back on after I'm done recording and shit because, I kinda have to. But yeah, I'm just gonna enter Genshin Impact right now. I hope I'm able to do it because it pisses me off so fucking much. I've had max version for like 3 days straight. Don't judge me. I've already signed my deadly commissions. I've already done like a few pulls, so if you don't see the video before this, I'm gonna catch you up. I did part of the story quest. I'm just gonna press it in here because I'm finding this in there. Do I have? Yeah, okay. So let's hope. Probably the auto choose mechanique and at least cut an arrows like that. It's over there. We just found out. So I've actually already seen this like multiple, like 5 times. I've seen this exact cutscene 5 times already. And I hate it. She looks so drowsy, and then they look awkward.
Hey, traveler. Maybe we should strike up a conversation with the person next to us. Since we're sitting together and the rest of the place is practically empty. You little... Of course you put this on Paimon.
Excuse me. I did not realize you felt awkward. I am terribly sorry. I would be perfectly happy to...
Wait, that's not it, Paimon's. Sorry,
friend?
Oh, so
let's
nice
just
to meet
hope.
you. Paimon is Paimon, and this is the traveler.
Let's just hope.
We just arrived.
It is an honor, and as required...
Oh, Monsieur Nervillet. What an honor it is to have you here to see my show.
Because I know there's a cutscene up, I'm just gonna...
Mr.
I swear to
Lin.
God.
Wait.
Allow me to...
Whoa.
No offense to... And by the... There's someone sitting up there. I believe she is trying to give you a most elegant and impressive first impression. So I think you should take notice of her sooner rather than later. Otherwise, she may become... flustered.
Her thighs look terrible, I must say that much at least. She's blushing.
Huh? Oh, it's Farina,
Very good. That is for the best. No...
Huh? So is this what things are like?
All right.
Yay! The show is finally about to...
Come on, just let me, please let me watch the cutscene. I just want to watch it.
They're dimming the lights. The show must be...
Welcome, one and all, to the Opera Epiclese. I am the star of today's show, Linny. And over here is my sister, Lynette,
She
who
looks
will be
so
working as
despising.
my wonderful assistant. Please, let's give her a warm welcome.
Hello, everyone. Whatever.
Now, some of you may be thinking, 2 vision holders who can So, I would like to take a moment to assure...
They don't even have him with a vision, so...
Both Lynette and myself have removed...
Oh, good.
Now, without further ado, I know you might miss her, but don't worry. Oh, and you never know what can happen in the blink of an eye.
And I've heard that line for so many different times. But the cutscene should play, and I swear to God, if it resets...
A magician's greatest skill is making things disappear or appear. The possibilities are endless. But this isn't what you came for. These little tricks, you've seen them all before. So it's time for something truly extraordinary, don't you think? This one's a little tricky.
This is the moment when it crashes out, so please. Fingers
Using
crossed.
this water tank, I shall make my sister vanish completely, right before your very eyes.
Cool, we need to chill in there. Okay, so the farthest I got up to is around here. Please, please, not be sad. I should turn off my down
It's
my
actually
FPS.
quite simple.
Something like that.
She'll just turn into air bubbles and float right out of the top. Oh no! I told them to check all the props carefully. With the lid on, even air can't escape. An amateur magician would be getting very nervous right around now.
Damn, I haven't been this long.
Luckily, it's me on stage, so let me show you what a true virtuoso can do.
Damn. Holy shit. Oh, now she's naked. Wait a second.
Lynette, are you still there? Don't go too far. We don't want to use up all our magic.
Hi, I'm back.
Uh-huh.
What if you have two pairs of clothes though? The same clothes. I ain't gonna, I'm gonna joke. Now you have pairs of clothes. I'm smiling so much right now. The animated is not like a list. Is that it? Oh, I want to see more magic. I wanted to see more magic. Oh, sorry.
Whoa! What in the world just happened? How did he do that? Paimon didn't see him do anything!
I like that.
Wasn't Lynette inside the water tank? How did she disappear and then reappear out of nowhere?
If we could see easily through his tricks, then that would mean that his skills are still lacking. To appreciate magic, you should focus on the show happening on stage, rather than getting caught up in trying to see that which has been intentionally.
Guess you're right. Paimon couldn't believe.
Thank you, everyone. But our magical journey, the magic of transformation and disappearance, can go far beyond what you've just seen.
Isn't that one of his like odd animations or something?
I'm sure many of you are, in which case, I have. So, for my next trick, I will please, if my assistants could bring. There are 2 boxes, and only 2 boxes. I'm sure many of our clever audience members have already guessed our next magic. Our lucky audience member and I will each enter a mat. Now, please, everyone pay very.
Wow! Hey, do you think this is all magic tricks, or does Lenny have actual super?
The lucky audience member will be generated by it selects numbers entirely at random. Even I don't know who will be chosen to participate. Now then, let's begin. Let me see. Oh, row 7, seat 3. Congratulations! You now have the chance to experience magic firsthand for an entire minute. Please, come forward. My assistant will take you beside the magic box. I'm sorry, it might be a little cramped inside, but no need to feel nervous. We've carefully arranged everything. You don't need to do anything, but no matter what strange things may happen, if the magic is interrupted, who knows where.
Oh, okay.
All right, like this. 60, 59, 58. Just keep counting down. You can go a little faster. I won't be able to see anything in the pitch black box, so I'll be. Oh, and no tricks now. If you quickly count from 60 in just 30 seconds, then I'll be in a tough spot.
Ooh! Paimon kinda wants to count faster after hearing him say that!
No, that won't do. I can see it in your eye. Come on, repeat after me. 60.
60! 59! 50!
That's right, perfect. Keep it.
54! 53! 52! Why aren't you counting, Nervalet?
I am counting in my head. I think things are exciting enough in here
I don't know.
as it
I didn't know
is.
that his name was not Novelet. Novelet. Oh, I don't like that name.
Merely a
Better.
consequence.
Oh, alright. You
Why
look so
is he
serious
side
at
up?
the time, I thought
Domestic
you might be
side-eye.
feeling uncomfortable or something.
I know that's probably
Mr. Linney, are you alright?
Yes, I'm fine. I'm just, it would be a disaster if we get sent to the wrong place.
Even though he's saying that, Lenny doesn't seem nervous at all. What was that noise? Did you hear it too?
Paimon, shut up.
Not sure. Anyway,
What's wrong?
I seem to have accidentally knocked over a decoration. I'm trying.
Never mind the decorations.
No, that's unacceptable. 19! It seems things aren't quite going as planned. It feels like you're all starting to count faster, but that's alright. 10 seconds and change is...
10!
Almost there now. Whew. Swapping two people is harder work than you might think. Even a master magician like me can't guarantee I'll get it right the first time. Hey, wait, is this the back one? I can't tell, they both look the same inside. Huh? No, that's not it. I'll try again.
7!
Hey, slow down! Honestly!
5! 4! 3!
Whoops! That doesn't count!
0!
Ta-da!
That's cool. Okay, I like this. I like this cutscenes. They're good. Fire! Hell yeah, baby! Pyro type shit. Ah, yes, great. Death. I know this totally wasn't planned.
What happened?
Wow, that's sad. Oh, Focalist type shit! Nah! They got the Focalist treatment! They got the Focalist treatment! They got the Focalist treatment! I shouldn't say that, but that's... Oh my god, my joke is terrible. I'm so sorry, guys, but that is really that Focalist treatment.
Is this part of the show? Mr. Lenny, you're going to use magic to fix the state.
What happened?
Oh no. Maybe this isn't part of the show. The girl with...
This performance is over. Medical staff with me. Guards, secure the scene and detain all the performers. Seal the exits. No one is allowed in or out at this time.
Bro knew that the Focalist treatment happened.
Yes, that's right. If this was just an accident, then we must invest.
No need to be alarmed, you two. We'll get to the bottom of it.
Let me guess, they're gonna try and blame us.
Unfortunately, the person who is in the magic box has been pronounced dead. His name was Cal. Apparently, the fireworks on stage ignited the ropes that were suspending the water tank, which then caused the tank to fall onto the stage.
You know what I was thinking when the fire went off? The Travis Scott incident. My instincts got that correct by accident. Am I high soon? Sorry.
As of now, we are still not sure why we found Cowl in the box, rather than the guest from the audience. And after an initial search of the area, the guards have confirmed that it appears that this incident was not merely some mishap, and there are many indications that it is connected with the...
That's the case that showed.
I know the truth. I say that our powerful magician, Mr. Linney, is now the prime suspect for the serial disappearances case.
Huh? Why me? This whole thing was an...
Damn.
This all occurred during your magic show, did it not? The missing girl disappeared after being chosen, did she not? The deceased is one of your assistants, is he not?
He said he'd pick a random number, Farina. Farina! Are you dumb enough not to realize that was probably completely random? And you guys wonder why I hate Farina. She's fucking retarded in her brain, bro.
Now that I think about it, that whole speech about magicians make.
That can't be right. He was in the box on the stage the entire time. Besides, before the show, he told us that he would like to catch the criminal behind the disappearances. He couldn't possibly mean catching himself.
Save discussion for a later time, please. Lady Farina.
I just.
But what Lady Farina said just now makes perfect.
A kidnapping and murder carried out under the cover of a magic
That's right. I mean you, traveler. You'll support Lenny, won't you? Then there's no problem but with Lenny's help. Our little duel ended in a draw, so no more draws. Between the two of us, there must be a clear winner and...
It wasn't a draw.
I understand. Charge it. Well, traveler, seems Lady Farina has set you in her sights. But are you willing to act as Mr. Linney's attorney and defend? Very well. The trial will be... Linney and his troop are all... The audience may...
A day is...
Damn. I can't believe they got that Focalors treatment though. I can't stop making that joke.
Lenny!
Sorry about everything that happened just now.
Of course! Who wouldn't be scared after witnessing?
Yeah, I'm a little shaken up myself. I know you already claimed that you would defend me, but now it's just us talking. Good to hear. I'm sure everyone sees me as the biggest suspect at this point. But if you ask me, I don't know whether what happened there on the stage was purely an accident or not. As for how that girl chosen from the audience could suddenly disappear, I'm afraid I don't have any. Even a skilled and knowledgeable magician like myself couldn't pull all that off in just 1 minute.
Which is precisely why we need to investigate. As this book says, the impossible could not have happened. Whatever happened must have been that which is possible. Paimon bought them when we were reading at the bookshop in the city earlier. Pretty cool, huh? Don't worry, Paimon used her own savings to buy them.
I think they look cute on you, Paimon.
W. Lynette.
You have good taste, Lynette.
That's the right attitude. But with the guards, good thing you agree.
Yes, thank you so much.
Yeah, just leave it to us. Oh, since we're going to start investigating, Paimon has a question first.
Oh, well, I'm afraid that would involve
The secrets behind our magic are past savings.
I suppose you're right. Tis truly a pity. But if revealing our secrets will help you we should go somewhere else.
All right, let's go have a look while the investigation teams are...
Detective Paimon, by the way. Detective Paimon.
Hello, officer. How's the investigation going?
I see.
Huh?
Come with me and you'll see. The deceased is one of Linny's assistants named Cal. Even though he hadn't joined the troop, the assistants are usually in charge of setting up and inspecting the props, as well as As you probably saw when you were in the audience, the water tank suddenly fell and smashed the box with... This is the real mystery. We've already searched the scene. However, if you look carefully, the box was positioned directly under the water tank. The ropes holding the tank were then burned by the pyrotechnics on stage, causing them to snap. All these factors lining up so perfectly makes it hard to see this as a... If anything, the more logical explanation is that the whole incident was intentionally planned.
But he doesn't have a motive.
Are you both good friends of his?
Well, you can't say we're good for...
So in just a short time, he was not only able to win your... I know there's no such thing as magic. The real trick of I've seen a lot of cases. Sorry, Anyway, you mean...
What? I'm trying to... Hey guys, I'm back. I just had a shower. You can come on my messy hair, but let's get back into the video. Yeah, Detective, well, it's W. Well, I knew I had a pull, so 1 second, let me just quickly do it. Maybe we got lucky? Well, I guess we're getting an Emerald Night Debate Club. Hold up, how much?
The investigation team has some new findings. Turns out there's an issue with the random number selector.
See, I told you. What if the machine picked some big guy's seat? You think they're murder?
Sorry to interrupt, but we're helping Linny and Lynette with their side of the investigation.
You're trying to help them?
Lenny used the machine to pick a random member of the audience during his performance, right? Well, we thought there might be a serious problem with the machine.
It turns out that the seat number it picked wasn't random at all. I'm sure you already know that you have to make a reservation in advance to get a seat. In other words, Linny knew who would be sitting where.
That much checks out.
Bet you see why I was saying it'd be tough to make a case for Linny.
Boy.
So this is the rope that... The rope looks pretty durable. How can it be burned through so quickly by fireworks? Why are you suddenly so serious, Traveler? Oh, look! Most of it was burned away, but there's still a little bit of it left. Huh. So if a rope meant to... Wait! Why would you write... Hello there! What are you...
Oh, this location has also been cordoned off because the Magic Troupe members are the seats were all booked in advance. So we were able to deduce the missing woman's identity by checking the guest list. Sure, it's not like this is confidential information. We will publish. Her name is Halsey. She's a painter from Fontaine. Apparently, she wasn't a regular at the Opera House, but she'd been feeling some pressure with her work. The Magic Troupe members all claim not to know her. We have looked into her social connections. It seems, simply put, she wasn't related to the Magic Troupe at all.
Were the victims of previous cases...
That's how it seems to us, in any case. Apart from the fact that they were all young women of around the same age range.
Okay, then.
No need to be so formal. If you do happen to see them missing, it is of utmost importance that we get to the bottom of these disappearances.
So what I'm thinking is that the Tree's mechanique then at least have an now hit to stop or something. Okay, so what else? Why is that people so saying
I see that you're investigating the area. Well, if you find any new and interesting leads...
We don't have too many thoughts.
Then why don't...
The thud? Oh, you mean the sound...
Yes, exactly. It wasn't terribly loud. It's just that everyone was awaiting the results of Linny's trick with bated breath. So no one paid... I'm of the opinion that it may have been the sound of Linny's accomplice. Lynette, perhaps. And when the pyrotechnics went off, she cut the rope.
Wait, wasn't the noise we heard too loud?
Perhaps the balance wasn't right, leading to a particularly rough landing. Oh, that's true.
That does remind...
The comment W, see, people say, oh, Element Vision isn't good. Well, it's absolutely fucking carrying you right now. Hold on, can you just, like, sit down? You can. Hold on. Where else?
Lenny's still talking to the guards. I think someone will be assigned to monitor us later, but
No, just get, I think I don't know who I mentioned.
Lenny's still talking to the guards. I think someone... Lenny's still talking to the guard. I think someone will be assigned...
What's the name? Where the hell is it?
Hey, you! Yes, both of you! Over here!
Navia!
I've been keeping an eye on you for a while.
Huh? You mean us?
That's right. If I'm not mistaken, you're also among those who wish to cut down the thorns and pursue the truth. No? And by the looks of it, you're not from Fontaine.
Well, you're right on the more about that one, but who are you?
Have you never heard of the Spina di Rosula? From mediating disputes and providing protection to solving conundrums. You name it. Spina di Rosula does it. And I, Navia, have the honor of being its renowned president. Though those who play by our rules call me...
I'm Silver, her attendant. Pleased to meet you.
And I'm Melus, Demoiselle's various daily needs and affairs.
Huh? Boss? Demoiselle? What gives with...
Well, I am the second generation president.
My apologies, Demoiselle. Should you prefer, boss, I will endeavor to use...
No need. You don't have to call me boss. Just not.
Okay, if you say so.
All merely trifling That's right. I've always kept an eye on the serial disappearance cases. My interest stems from a matter back... Judging from the look of things, I find Linny...
Really? We think so too, but how did you come to that conclusion?
Intuition, naturally. My unparalleled intuition.
You're not Haizu, bitch. This is why I don't like you. You're not Haizu. You're not trying to...
Farina sure was quick to point the finger at Linny without any decisive evidence whatsoever. Wasn't she?
Hold up. Hold up. Theorizing time. Who would be the most obvious suspect? A pedophile, I'm kidding.
But that's not uncommon for her. If you remember, the justice had to interrupt her and ask if she was pressing charges just to keep her from getting carried away. Anyway, a trial begins the moment...
Sounds...
Well, what's your opinion? All right.
Wait a minute.
Well, in your opinion, do you think it's right to treat a trial like it's an opera?
Well...
And why would that be? See, Silver...
Most astute of you, no matter how, and if that can be...
All right, now...
Wait!
Oh,
that's more like it.
Far be it from me to brag, but I believe that you wish to...
You have a point. And what about you over there? What do you think? You seem like...
I have nothing to...
Oh.
We'll be making some...
Oh, a mezzanine. I love these things.
Sorry, but no one can freely... No, we're not leaving. We're representing Linny. Were you always guarding this entrance?
Yes, after the chief
gave the order, so the missing girl couldn't have left from here. At least, not from that point on. I doubt there was much opportunity. How can you be so well, because I was in charge of... I couldn't see Linny's performance from here, which was quite a shame. But still, I did not abandon my post. And I stayed put no matter how loud the applause was. If we Melazines are good at that sort of thing, you know.
She sounds very bitchy.
So, it's safe to say the girl could... Alright, thank you for your help.
Was that it? It was.
We've checked everything of note here at the performance venue.
Everyone
wonders how Lenny's discussion with the guards is going. Let's go see, shall we? Ooh, things are getting interesting, huh? We're about to see how magic is made.
With Sonya, this would really be really easy. Honestly, I wanted to
Understood. Then I will be going with you. Just so you're aware, I will be monitoring your actions and making notes.
Very good. Thanks for being so agreeable. I'd pull a rose out of my...
You may spare the pleasantries. I'm just doing my job.
You've arrived. Who's this?
A slutty bitch that I don't even like.
Me? Sorry. And these are my companions. Would you mind?
Fine by me.
Oh, new helpers?
Well, let's just say...
I appreciate your kind interest. Come with me. We'll be heading below stage.
Let me guess, it's gonna be a domain of just millions of props.
Huh? Below stage?
Yes. Oh, but before I reveal everything, you should have a look first. Notice anything strange here? I'm not trying to be dramatic. Remembering the details of a trick will...
Huh. Weren't there balloons and other decorations?
Ah, good eye. That said, you're...
The back? You mean the inside of the door?
Very good indeed. I thought the back of this door was patterned. Those patterns are now gone, replaced by a smooth wooden board. So, if you put two in... Exactly.
Well, you can actually tell us because I'm actually...
Oh, so there was a passageway under the magic box!
I knew you'd figure out most of it as soon as you saw it. The two magic boxes are positioned right above the two entrances. See this flatbed trolley? The box with the...
This trolley can raise and lower and even rotate, ensuring that the box will face in the right direction.
I see. So that's the purpose.
Precisely. The inner box would descend after the audience member was put inside and be moved along the trolley, all while the outer box would remain on stage as if nothing had...
So that's how you did it!
Once the box was lowered, the audience member would only be able to feel some slight movements in the dark, and by the time she walked out, she...
Right! You were talking...
Ah, yes. A phonograph operated by Lynette was used to achieve... My assistant and I had already scripted our conversation beforehand. When the countdown began...
And what about Lynette?
I was in the mezzanine space in the back of the box.
Oh!
That's how we were able to coordinate Linny's lines with the assistant. And, by the way, I was the one who walked out of the box at the end.
I mean, we are twins. All it takes is a change of clothes and no one can tell who... And that's my favorite part of this trick. Only Lynette and...
So that's how it all worked!
Lynette would briefly walk out of the box and then go back in, jumping into the tunnel and escaping before the box, and then I walk out of the other box in the audience area, and the trick would be complete. But as you saw, Cal was in the box, not our audience member.
We really don't know how that happened.
If not for that interlude, this would have been an astonishing trick. I probably never would have figured out, and yet, to think that someone was able to use it. Could we have a look around? I think we could...
This is the scene of the crime. So Linny and Lynette are not permitted to stay here. I'll escort the...
Yes, of course. No need to be so strict now.
Thanks, everyone.
Becoming detectives.
a hook tied to the end of a rope. Huh?
Perhaps it was a prop for a different trick.
Whatever it is.
The floor is wet. Please be careful not to slip.
Speaking of which, why?
Oh, Paimon knows! It's one of those tricks where you... And here's a broken vein.
That can't be. Oh, these are the clothes that the lady chose. Her clothes are here, but she's nowhere to be.
Right. Ugh.
I haven't.
What is this place?
It seems someone...
Could this...
Alone, perhaps. But if they...
But there are no other ways in or out of here. Oh, you're right. Let Paimon... Seems we're just about done investigating down here.
Yes, let's head back up.
That is a domain.
Well, we've ascertained the state of the crime scene. Let's find a place to sort out our findings once Malus returns. Seems to me.
Apologies for the wait, Demoiselle.
So, what did the guards say? Did the criminal escape through the vent?
They believe the odds of that are very low. The guards have checked the area carefully. No one left through the basement during the performance.
So the tunnels become like a secret chamber then.
The plot thickens.
In other words,
Charge his...
That's right. This is how a trial goes. That's right. This is the statements from both sides, the defenses from attorneys, witness testimonies, and to put it simply, it's as if the oratrice has its own...
this also precludes any kind of favoritism on the part of the Chief Justice. Not that this has ever happened anyway.
Once both sides have finished speaking, the Chief Justice will make... Then, finally, the oratrice will be...
Huh? So that machine is the one that actually did something?
In practice, there is very little difference. Both... yes, the...
Huh?
Because we've
There can... Even if that...
I'm ready to break...
Whoa, whoa!
Of course. I just hope you...
In that case, let's just sort out our finding... I mean, what better...
Huh. Breaking out. Just kidding! Just kidding!
What do you mean, no snacks? Of course we'll have...
Huh? Here?
Understood, Demoiselle. Everyone, please come with...
She does make very good macarons. Was that like special dish? Why does it go up there as if someone was hiding?
Wait, you're carrying a portable stove with you?
What? How did you carry that? What are you, the Viking Shogun?
Yes, I must be prepared to meet the Demoiselle's baking needs whenever the fancy strikes her.
I have eggs, sugar, and almonds at the ready.
Good work, you two. Then I'll get to it.
These three are quite the interesting group. And Paimon thought it smelled good while it was still in the oven. From the way you had these two guys carrying all that stuff around, Paimon thought you ended up doing the entire thing by yourself. Beating the...
I was applauding.
And I was giving encouraging smiles.
Paimon was just thinking. Aren't you worried about getting your fancy dress dirty, beating egg whites and baking?
Well, I don't think it's carved in stone anywhere that fancy ladies can only read books, sip tea, ride horses, and play the piano. Don't underestimate beating egg whites, by the way. It's a real arm workout. You also need to beat them to just the right... Anyway, give these a try. Fresh out of the oven.
Only 3?
Come on,
Well, eating too many sweet treats might send all that sugar to your head.
Tea is ready to be served as well. This, no need for concern. I'm mere...
Imagine if we actually get it, you know? Imagine if we actually get the item.
All right, then. However, the magician twins could have committed the crimes, of course.
Exactly. Why would they...
The flower vase and the thud we heard during the performance
could indicate some altercation resulting in the shattering of the vase, the discarding of her clothes, and her abduction.
Genius.
Perhaps the criminal thought that since she was chosen from the crowd, she would be too easy to identify if...
Paimon thinks that makes sense, but the real trouble is...
True. But the only people left to consider are both technically victims.
Huh. Could Halsey have secretly made modifications to the magic props?
That's right. And even if she had tampered with the setup, she would need to understand the intent, nor does she have any motive.
From the sound of figure macarons. What? 5? Oh, that can't be right. Paimon only can...
Please don't worry about it. At my age of...
No. Being greedy is one thing, but Paimon knows besides. Paimon knows that if she ate too many, then others wouldn't have enough. Wait, even you don't believe Paimon? If Paimon ate those 2 extra macarons, then may they turn into stone...
All right, we get it. Well, I suppose what Malus set up the stove again if...
Huh?
Making sure everyone gets 3 macarons, of course.
Exactly. We don't want...
As you wish, the one...
And I have the egg, sugar, and almonds.
Well, this real...
Well, that's it for snack time. I'm going to have... I don't know what we're looking for yet. It would be awkward if you got all...
All right, thanks for your help. And...
It was nothing. A small task for the Spina di Rosula. Silver, Malus, it's time to... I'll be back if I find...
All right, it's time to put our heads together. We've got to get our defense ready for the trial. Oh, it's probably gonna be a long and difficult case. There's no point in worrying about that now. We just need to prepare. Here, take Paimon's notes. They should help you review the situation.
This is... I like this. Probably should end of the video here. Hold up, what time is it? 8 o'clock to 10. 8 to 10. $8:01. Well, if that isn't a fucking clue, that's the fucking right thing here. Please don't disappear as soon as I can come back up. Wait, do we get to see the orange piece mechanic? The orange piece mechanic, Dan at least got it now! No! This is ridiculous. The orange piece mechanic, Dan at least got it now. Orange piece mechanic, Dan at least got it now.
What do we do? The whole situation is so confusing to plan.
Just relax. Even if everyone... Besides...
Thanks, Navi.
Best of luck to you.
Imagine if there's... I remember seeing the option first that there's multiple trials. Farina also gets called guilty. I know that much. And then the Focalor's treatment. I love saying that too much, the Focalor's treatment.
Finally, you're back. Well, how...
To be honest?
No. We're already very grateful.
Well, now, don't you all look disappointed? That was to be expected, of course. The guilty can... But don't let that stop you. I shall be terribly disappointed should you, my most anticipated foe,
Since both parties are present, I declare that the trial regarding the magic show incident is now in session.
Yeah, baby!
Firstly, in order for the audience to understand the causes and results of the incident, could we please...
Yes, of course. I will explain while Lynette...
Thank you, Mr. Linney. In that case, I take your statement to be that you ran to and remained hidden within the magic box in the audience stands once the trick began, and thus couldn't...
Yes, that's correct.
In that case, I call upon the prosecution. Lady Farina, do you wish...
Why, of course I do. Allow me to take the first shot and break this case wide open. Mr. Linney is clearly lying. There is no way you could have been in the box the whole time if you were to abduct Halsey and murder Cowell.
That is simply your hypothesis based on the presumption that I'm guilty.
Oh, is that so? And if I may ask, what did you hear?
The roaring countdown of the crowd, of course. That's how I kept track of the time and built anticipation for the finale.
And you didn't hear anything else at all? Nothing that might leave an impression of any kind?
No, nothing.
I see. But when the count reached 30 seconds or so, there...
Huh?
Hey, hang on!
Yeah, I'm sure he could have heard a noise that loud from inside.
I was right by the box and I definitely heard the thud.
Look at those scales. Could those mean...
Of course, I have armed myself to do far more than smash your alibi. Confidence cannot go unfounded, and my foundations are rock solid. Tell me, aren't you and Lynette actually from the House of the Heart?
The House of the Heart?
His eyes are...
No wonder they did something like...
So the serial disappearances were the Fatsui's doing.
I've got a feeling that what happened on stage probably wasn't just...
That's irrelevant. Our identities have nothing to do with what happened.
Indeed. Then perhaps you could tell your first priority is to prove yourself...
Objection!
The Outlander is speechless. My, oh my, don't they look flabbergasted? Now comes the... Oh, good thing I made all those preparations. Seems the all-nighter I pulled last night is real.
Hey, Linny!
Order! Order! Mr. First, when the thud was heard in the Opera House, you were neither in the box nor the tunnel. Second, are these claims true? Please answer my question.
I'm sorry. Yes, they're true.
I knew it!
Well, that's it.
What should we do now?
Granted. In that case, what is your request?
Is that really necessary?
The defendant deceived their own...
Order! Order! Your request is reasonable, and we shall adjourn.
So you would... In that case...
Well, this is awkward. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Paimon just knew it. We based our entire reasoning on the assumption that you weren't bad guys.
So here's the thing. I knew that they should because I'm not shocked. I know these two. They're not evil. They're more victims of the evil rather than evil. They're fucking... Alakina, I almost said their father, but I hate calling Alakina father because that makes me seem like I like her and I don't. But you understand what I mean.
Not to set the wrong tone.
I know you've clashed with the Fatui several times before. I wouldn't be surprised if... But our organization is very, very large, and
Right now, we want to save people.
That's right. I'm sure we're on the same page. I knew if it weren't for our respective identities, that's why I didn't wish to flat out lie to you, but chose to hide. The truth is very important, but being completely transparent about everything would see us right. So, you be the judge. You met a Fatus who works as a magician, a trickster by trade, but still, I'm asking you to trust me.
Sorry. Please. Well, you both say that, but... Right. Let's hear you.
Of course. We've been trying to find out. During our investigations, we learned that the machine's core is beneath it. From that moment on, Lynette and I have been designing this box swap trick.
Is that why you needed a...
That's right. In truth, the audience would take about 75 seconds to count down from 60, while I would only need 15 to get... So, after jumping into the tunnel, I accessed the Opera House basement via the vent.
That air vent was created during the construction of the tunnel specifically to execute this step.
Well, nothing. As soon as which should have been impossible, of course, that voice seemed to recognize me and tried to speak to me. I chose to err on the side of caution and retreated. On the way back, I saw the broken vase and the clothes on the ground, but the countdown was almost finished. After that, the homicide occurred.
Well, that explains why you didn't hear the thud.
Because of that prophecy I told you about, of course.
That's the only
So, it was never my... But like I...
Well, Traveler, you decide. Paimon will follow your lead however you choose.
Okay.
Thanks for giving...
The current problem is that if we want to refute the Hydro Archon's huh?
Hold on, but we're in the action film mode guilty because he's trying to fuck with the old trees. So we can't include that in our thing.
Rev the
Yeah,
engines!
I would know. Even though that, I know that one thing that we shouldn't do. I'm sorry for doing that. So that's the one thing I have to say.
Both parties have returned to their positions. When last we left off, Mr. Linney acknowledged the new evidence presented by Lady Farina as fact. Therefore, Lady Farina...
At this stage, let's revisit that scene from Linney's perspective.
I'm fucked with this.
As the countdown began, he entered the tunnel. When the flatbed trolley passed, he opened the box and got into an He did not realize that finally he used the vase to knock her out before making it. At this time, Cowell arrived in the tunnel, having heard that strange noise. So Linney proceeded afterward. Linney passed the unconscious Halsey to his accomplice through the magic box in the... And there you have it. That...
Does the defendant's side have any objections to Lady...
The key to refuting Lady Farina is the order of event.
Okay. So.
Seems that...
I'm looking at this shit.
According to Linney... Linney went... Linney did...
When the countdown started, but he immediately, once he reached the crime scene, finally, he...
Ah, so that's how you do it. So we've had the orange trees and go back to normal. Successful refutation. Nice. I'm sorry that I looked really bad doing that. I just didn't know. Because I'm not good for the thorn or...
Paimon did it! Paimon...
In other words, you believe that he...
That's right!
My reasoning?
If that's the case, then if Cowell hadn't entered the... Assuming that what you say is true, Linney only needed to...
Oh.
That's right, you tell him! And that's why they're partners of mine.
Oh, well, your denial is very strident. I'll give you that. But what proof? Of course You're saying that he wasn't?
Sure we don't need to give this more thought. Paimon...
I don't know.
That's right! Linney wasn't it. This means that when the crime happened, the same clue you used...
What? To think you'd use such logic.
Why?
Well then, if it wasn't Linney who committed the crimes, then who was it?
Okay, so I'm gonna actually have to read this. I'm about to have to look in. So I think...
Could there have been a third person in...
So... let's think about this. Cowell wouldn't have done it, because if he was the one doing... Actually, no, that makes sense.
The deceased's name is Cowell, Linny's assistant. He would have been...
So the thing that I'm thinking right now is it could have been Cowell, even though he's trusted. How do we know that he wasn't originally the person who did that? So, I think it might be Cowell. Hypothesis correct? I think I did it.
Huh? That can't be...
Oh, is that so?
What I must do next is recreate the truth. What Cowell did, and how he went from wood... It would have been tough for both people to fit into that vent.
I think this one here. How can I put that one there, right? Which makes sense.
Linny was not in the tunnel.
And he was also not in the tunnel.
The deceased's name is Cowell. Linny's is...
So he would have also been in the table with the camp with
No one entered or left the op...
So that means no one could have escaped. Never mind. So that's correct, okay.
The sound we heard may have...
I'm not
It would have been tough for... Halsey's clothing was...
There's none of those. Okay. To me, there's a point.
Linny was not in the tunnel. Halsey's clothing was... It would have been tough for...
I'm sorry. But I'm
No one entered or... The sound we heard may...
I'm not terrible at this.
What's wrong, Traveler? Are you still having trouble figuring?
Look, since we're at a dead end, just like the trick as it transpired, the end result must have been...
If only we knew how...
Well, that would be nice, but the tunnel only has... And it's not like this is a magic trick where you can just make a real live person disappear.
Excuse...
If the defense is unable to make further effective arguments, we will move on to the next stage of the trial.
Hold on a second, yes.
Linny was not in the tunnel at that... The sound we heard may have... The deceased's name... The vase was not...
I'm like, the water, the vase! That is... Oh, I feel I'm like, the vase, the water, it's connected.
Paimon gets it! It all comes together. Lynette escaped from the water tank, vanishing gradually and leaving only... If there's a similar method where a...
Oh, just a moment, please. I do... How could a person ever be transformed into water? This is reality we're talking about here, not some magic... Most magic tricks are ultimately just
Even so, the truth must be out there somewhere. Perhaps some new line of... Since Cal was the deceased, we haven't placed much attention, but given that we aren't making...
People really do come up with all sorts of harebrained schemes.
Nevertheless, I believe that this is a reasonable request on the part of an attorney. Since the trial does indeed appear to be at an impasse, I believe that additional evidence... Guards, please step into the lounge and examine...
We are still examining the items, but we discovered several test tubes of fluid within Cowell's. The notebook in his backpack claims that these fluids are
the primordial.
The note's contents also indicate that Cowell belonged to an organization that sells illegal drugs and that he had an accomplice. The notebook has many entries concerning safety. One of these two, the notes also state that as such, we believe that the defense's hypothesis is...
You gotta be kidding! People dissolve...
It's something so ridiculous, actually...
Wait a moment. This reminds me of a certain prophecy, but...
If people can become water, does that mean that the water tank's real use was as a... Just a minute. Could that mean...
Demoiselle, wait! What about your partners?
Let's go.
Order! Order!
Damn! That bro just got serious.
It is undeniable that still, Let us assume that these clues are indeed authentic, albeit with the guards. Please continue it, Mr. Linney. It appears your hypothesis is...
Of course. If we uphold this hypothesis, I believe that many of this case is seemingly...
Right! Like the metal hook! Let's think about this. Cowell's methods must have something to do with that.
The deceased's name is Cowell. The water from the primordial sea should already have been... Lynette was in the magic box on stage the entire... I remember there was something else within the... The rope that held the water tank up was lit by...
There's something here.
Now it seems like the hook rope was not meant for another magic trick, but was instead some form of... The rope that held the water tank up was...
Wasn't that?
The water from the primordial sea should all... I remember there was something...
Nah, I'm only one attempt. I was like, now I'm actually trying to figure out what it is. I'm not trying to fuck around. I'm actually trying to fucking figure it out.
Ahem! It's Ace Detective Paimon's time to shout! In the original plan, Cowell would tamper with the water tank rope. When the magic box containing Halsey was lowered, the metal hook would retract gradually and pierce the balloon at the top of the box. When the balloon attached to the box popped, the water from the primordial seed inside it. Afterward, Cowell would enter the tunnel and break the flower vase to conceal the water inside the tunnel, with the remaining evidence being covered up by the water tank on... But he encountered something unexpected in the tunnel and wound up being fatally hit by the same water tank he met...
That actual...
Oh dear, what do I do? Even I think they sound convincing now. Have I...
Now, it seems his notes mentioned he had an accomplice who could be related to this...
On that note, the guards have just contacted me I shall now invite him on stage.
Thank you, Your Honor. We were just and we found an identical sample of the water from the
What?
That can't be. Does this not, my dear?
Hold up. Marina!
Linny did not need to take part in the dissolution of the young woman at all. Indeed, he did leave, having made modifications to the props beforehand. His accomplice Cowell then caused Halsey to vanish. But upon his return, in cruel avarice, Linny desired. Ultimately, he knocked Cowell out, and the tool meant to cover the crime up also became... Now, as much as I regret having come to such a vicious... Am I right?
We've used up all the evidence we collect. Is this the end of the...
Seems I think we've... I believe this is indeed...
No, I'm not losing this.
Well then, my good.
We have new things. Welcome to another thing. Come on.
No. Excuse me, everyone.
Miss, I must ask you not to shout.
Oh, come on. Don't be hasty. I have a good reason for interrupting you. I'll show you an amazing trick. One that can bring a young woman who has disappeared. What?
No offense, miss, but miracles like that are
Come on now, don't be silly. Magic is all about once everyone believes the illusion. Can't magic reveal the truth to them? And wouldn't such a trick... Come on, Linny and Lynette. Give it another go. Don't worry. Spina di Rasula has made the necessary... But, as the magic makers and stars of the show...
I understand.
It looks very smug about this.
And voila.
It shows no pop balloon?
Wait, isn't that Halt?
To be clear, I'm only here because this person told me that if I testified, the merit of doing... I was hiding outside this room listening to the proceedings because I was afraid that I would be the one, but I was just feeling happy that no one had noticed me.
That'll teach you to
Where should I begin? Firstly, my name isn't Halsey. I heard that Linny's show was gonna be a real thriller. That's how I make a living. I steal stuff here and there. But I was noticed at the harbor a few days ago, and I barely got away. Lenny...
Hey! No wonder you look from... Liddy even mentioned that you were pretty skilled.
Well, and I thought that would have been the end of it, but then the number selector... He even mentioned the Fortress of Meripede. That's a prison, isn't it? So you can imagine how shocked... So I played along with the show while looking for an opening to flee. But then I got water poured on me for no reason, and then someone jumped into the tunnel to nap. I wasn't going to take that lying down, so I knocked him out and stuffed him into the... There was nowhere to run from there, though, so I slipped out after the first...
Can a person even hide in there?
But I swear, I didn't know that the water tank would fall. Had I known that, I wouldn't have put him in the magic box.
Well, that makes everything pretty clear now.
This time, we need to tell the entire...
Oh, this is gonna be fucked. Oh, okay. Close? No. Wasn't the last one I thought. I was gonna check that.
The strange... The flower... Lillian.
And it's Ace Detective Paimon time! Having been
W.
select
Paimon.
for panic only hearing the commotion, he did not know that mistakenly the two broke with no way of escape.
W. Paimon. Die Ortrice Mechaniek, dann Elise kann dann auch Ortrice Mechaniek, dann Elise kann dann sein. Nehmen wir den Time. Well, this is getting
She
cheated.
knew that she would have to go through guard inspection if she tried to leave afterward.
She had already become desperately hungry by the time we were...
At this point, all the...
rather...
Now then, Lady Farina, do you... Please answer the question, Lady Farina. Also, if I may add, the trial has not yet ended. As such, I request that the prosecution not leave the room before the proceeding...
She's been fucked over.
What? Are you reading my... No. I have no...
Wow! Look at that!
If there are no objections, then as the Chief Justice of Fontaine, the actual perpetrator of the serial disappearances, Cowell, selected his next... With some modifications to the selector, he could ensure that to cover up any evidence while committing the deed. Cowell thought of allowing the water tank to fall, which would conceal the water left behind after. He also tampered with the rope suspending the water tank, using the fireworks at the end of the performance to cause the tank to drop, and he poured the water from the primordial sea into a balloon during the preparation of the magic box, and stuck it to the box's lid. Finally, he passed the prepared hook on a rope through the gap in the magic box's door when bringing the young woman to said box. When the magic trick officially began, the box containing the woman was lowered into the tunnel, tightening the hook rope and bursting the balloon containing the water. If all had gone to plan, the young woman would be dissolved at this time. However, Lillian was realizing that there was trouble. Cowell entered the tunnel and met Lillian, thinking that the waters had not yet taken up. However, his opponent was more capable than he thought, and he was overcome, knocked unconscious. Lillian, according to her...
Damn!
As for Linny, he was in the underground structures within the... From this reconstruction of events... While there is much in Linny and Lillian's conduct that should still be... This case, at least, can be handed over to the Oratrice to make the final decision.
So how does this thing work? How does this thing work? I'm sorry, I can put it down, I suppose, but I'm not joking, I don't even know. What the fuck? The Oratrice Mécanique d'Analyse Cardinal!
As such, Linny and Lynette...
No, I didn't want to skip that.
As such, Linny and Lynette are officially declared not guilty.
Great work. Thank you all. Thank you so much.
Next, I think we deserve... How did you find the water from the prime...
Right! Your discovery caused me to make a serious mistake, you know.
I suspect that the accomplice mentioned in Cowell's notes was not Linny. I'm sure you know what you must do to lessen.
Speak quickly! Unless you want to earn your...
We were supposed to place blame for the serial disappearances onto Linny, and
now that you're... Therefore...
Yes, our boss. It can also be... We've been...
Damn. What is that what?
And now he can no longer...
Such ruthlessness.
An outrageous. All present, please submit to inspection immediately.
You even have a robot spell? Wow, W Arkham Crest. I love it. I still hate Farina.
So, we're just going back now? That's true.
Traveler, Paimon, please wait.
Lenny.
I know you may not want to speak to me right now. Maybe, but still. Let me thank you again for defending me to the end. Even after you, I guess. But I didn't approach you with any ulterior motives or ill intent. I've spoke as for why I'm a Fatus. It's because the goals of the House of the Hearth align with those of an orphan. That was how Father, who you might know as the Knave, approached recruiting us back then too.
The Knave? The one who controls...
That's right. Back when our parents first died, to survive, I took to surreptitiously observing an older street performer who did magic. It took me several days. I took my sister through several streets until we found a crowd. To my surprise, before long...
So you went...
That was how we felt at first, but he would constantly...
That doesn't seem...
After one, I waited. The answer he...
Oh no.
As far as outsiders are concerned, this is a relationship akin to adoption or foster care. And they have their way. I managed to ferret out all I saw.
So...
That's right. Father, the House of the Hearth welcomes you, for your interests align with ours. Here, I was hesitant to trust her. But she was all...
Oh, so that's how the two of you...
She has gained permission from the Sarita to first use the Gnosis' power when she obtains it. She plans...
So, she...
That's right. Today's case, everyone at Huttua's orphans...
So, from small deeds like distributing magic pockets... like stealing a Gnosis, everything is aimed at dealing with that prophecy.
I'm sorry for saying that she's a completely... But I'm still gonna say that I hate her. She's still traumatized Linny, Lena, and for me. So I can still cannot...
It's alright. I understand. The only thing I can do is relate all this. I just hope if you should need anything at all in the future.
I still trust them. I trust them completely.
Bye, Linny.
I trust them completely, Molly. I don't care. I know that. I know for a fact that you can trust them. That's 10 damage and Bobo win.
Full throttle!
Oh, it's 3. Technique. Down at least. Kinda now. Mafia.
Hey there. What was with the disappearing act you pulled right as the trial ended?
Were you looking for us, Navi?
Well, this whole thing isn't exactly over, is it? I do feel that we're getting... What's wrong, my dear partner?
Besides, are you sure we're the ones who can crack a case that's been cold? And given that there's new evidence from the trial, there should be a trail of breadcrumbs for the Hydro...
Ah, I see. Well, I won't lie. I'm a little sorry. I might have been too presumptuous.
Yeah, I want to get...
Don't say that, Navia.
Oh, and we were having so much fun investigating with you, too. It was like having new waters flowing into a stack... Wait.
Huh? Do we really need...
Well, Anyway, it would just be a meal.
You don't have to twist one.
Oh, wonderful.
All right, then.
W, I love that Arkham Quest. I loved it. I love that. Okay, I need to go to sleep probably. But if this Arkham Quest does hit me as hard as it should, I will admit to no longer hating Karina. Before you suggest that we finally got to divide Karina. Now, you haven't. But of course, I'm sorry, but we're not doing this contest right now. Everywhere, I'm sorry that we can't do this right now. Hold up. One second, I'll literally just navigate to it. I want to see, what's the actual thing again? Because I like seeing new things. Wow, beautiful. Alright, now, let's finish this episode up with one last. Boo! Never mind, we're absolutely just fucking, I want to black flash anyone who fucking, ooh, actually, do we have anything that we probably should do? No, there's more. The fuck do you mean? Daya has an echo? Why does she have everyone have an echo? Let's just check a few things before I leave. I don't know if Mars was there. I'm gonna go to something. Oh no, wait a minute. If we're going out, yeah. Okay, we're almost done with the video. Sorry guys. This video took a lot longer than I meant to, but it's about to end, so don't worry. By the way, you won't see the video until I've actually managed to do something. Sorry about it. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just cut it out for the parts that you don't need to watch.
Rev the engines!
So yeah.
We have...
This rank? 44? And that's now unfortunately no. What? What's this new look?
If you ever...
Quickly do something. I'm sorry if you guys don't like it, but switch over there. And then we're gonna do one of these. Set. But goddamn, this is a lot. Actually, let's say, how much does this level up a level, because I haven't leveled it up, ready? Let's see how much level I can get from viewing all these. Actually, let's just check a weapon real quick. Is it on today by any chance? If it is, then I definitely might go get find the thing real quick. By magic goods, it is. It's Sunday after all. You know what? It's worth doing. Okay, guys, I'll be back after I've done all 4 domains. Look, well, I'm sorry for cutting this out, but I don't want this video to get too long because I know you guys hate the long videos. But I mean, this is all on quest, so I mean, I kind of need to make it long. I'm sorry. I will start making Arc and quest videos so long. But you know, I can't. I'm too invested in this video, so I'm sorry. This video's probably been almost 2 hours long, so I'll be back. Actually, no, we can wait. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye. Before I do this, just to make sure that you know, Boom. As you can see, no more Genshin Impact open. Not on the end screen just yet, but thank you guys for watching today's video. Of course, it won't be posted immediately. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. I love you guys so much. I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye!